The road wheels have been pressed on and fully refurbished. Now it's time for Daryl and Jesse to move on to their biggest challenge yet with the Grant Tank restoration, the suspension units. Hi, I'm Kurt from Oz Armour and welcome to Workshop Wednesday.
At first glance, the suspension on the Grant doesn't look too bad, but look a bit closer and you'll see they actually need a lot of work.
We're going to start pulling these suspension units apart. We want to check the springs that are in them because they're looking like they're a bit bound up. This thing's probably been sitting in the paddock for 20-30 years, and before that it had a rough life. Looking for any damage, we've got to remove this cap here, which is like acts as a grouser, where the track runs across the top. Loosen those bolts, take that off, and that gives us access to two cover bolts that we've got to remove so we can put some bars in to take the compression of the springs so they can't spring apart if anything comes loose.
Since these bolts have been exposed to the elements with no protection for decades, it's likely that they are badly rusted and seized. So the boys heat them up bright orange and quickly cool them down with water. The heat causes the metal to expand rapidly and the water shrinks it back down. Shocking the metal components in this way will crack the rust and make it easier to undo them.
Beautiful.
Attempting to undo bolts without this process will likely result in the head shearing off. Extracting bolts that have been damaged in this way is not a fun process.
They've got a hex head in them. Well, they had a hex head in them once. So we'll have a bit of a play around, tidy them up, see if we can get a hex head into it. Let's get a bit of a grip. Oh, that's good.
Get a grip, Daryl.
That's it, we're getting the grip.
That's, for all you viewers at home, that's not a socket.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a special impact socket.
Yeah. Yeah. It just turned out the thread. Turned out the head on it, yeah. Look. But it came out, that's the main thing. Gripped enough to get it. This could be the first time this has been opened in 80 years. Put Raiders of the Lost Ark music on now.
I didn't hear back from John Williams in time to get permission to use that one. Sorry, Daz.
Straight out.
Yep.
Nice one.
Getting real steamy in workshop too.
Made up some long rods. They'll come up from underneath, through the spring, and out through the top, and then we'll put a big flat washer on top and tighten them up just to take the tension of the spring. The light? Rightio, so
See the light. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this one up. I'll get the, I'll have to put that into... Oh, it just comes close.
Beg your pardon? You right there?
Right, yeah. You got the other bad boy? Yeah. Yep.
Nut because of the amount of pressure that might be on them. taken any pressure that's on those springs.
Next
now.
up are 2 sets of 3 bolts to undo. Should be pretty straightforward.
It's a nice little spot. We got done now. All the turtles done. All of it's done now. Yeah. How many sessions was that? Very steamy. Yeah, that's good.
Just crimp that hose over when you finish this.
Yeah.
Bugger.
Because I didn't get them right, Red.
Yeah. Either we just kind of want to concentrate on one.
Well,
Oh, then you got to cool
I'm going
it
out
down.
of gas. That was the reason why I said we'll go now.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Steamy and chance right. I was hoping for more. Still pretty warm. I'll hold it on there. I reckon it's still too hot. Well, when I hose it, I put the hose into those holes, it's all the black rust comes flying out of them. So at least they're... Oh, that one.
I'm going to blow some water out.
The other bolt. I'll just nip that up a bit.
It's definitely moved.
Yeah,
These are dropped.
That one's good. I'm just going to work this one while that's the weight's taken on those two.
Yeah.
Then I'll work the middle. Without hitting the thread, can we go right through?
Now we're cooking with fire.
Little bit kind of thing. I made sure my Jats crackers are pointing away from the camera. Tarmac.
It's not as good as that one.
How are you going to heat under here?
Not easily. Elements from the top that had rusted through, where these hopefully are encased and nothing else has got into them, so
Oh yeah.
hopefully they might be a bit easier to get into.
I'll just get under here and heat the whole lot.
Say when?
Yep.
I can come in from the other side, that's too far to stretch it.
Send it. The fires is really
I saw movement, you're correct. Beautiful, that one.
That's looking good.
That's awkward, eh?
Oh, you wet my shoes.
Sorry.
No. You'll need to go home and get your wetsuit, Daz.
Yeah, the gimp suit.
One rattle gun for you.
Come on, I promise to be good in the next life.
Anything?
No. It'll go in because you can spray it.
Agony.
I hate it when a plan doesn't go together.
It's not over yet, Daryl.
I want to take the bat and ball and go home. Bugger, bugger, bugger.
Oh,
Listen to that.
Am I pointing in the right direction? Yeah. We're missing all those 35-degree days.
We're hoping if we water it, it might grow.
Yeah. No, on the saw.
Which both?
Pardon?
You got both?
Yeah, please. I'm going in, boys.
Deep sea diving. Deep sea trench.
Yes. Yes, Daryl.
This one's good. It was going to come out not an issue, the closest to me.
Yeah.
The middle one's putting up a fight.
What about the other side?
I haven't got to there yet.
Happened down in Geelong at Cairns. Very good. Yeah, very nice.
Well, we got half a bolt out, which doesn't really help us.
I'm done. Done.
So, is there one bolt still in there?
One bolt that we can't move, but we're going to go to plan B. Because that bolt was one that was holding the gudgeon pin, there's a pin there that has a recess in it that goes across the bolt. We may have just snapped it off high enough above it to be able to knock the pin out. So what we're going to try now is try another way. We're going to try and knock the pins out. This one will come off, drop off. They're all loose. We've got to knock them from the other side because of our supports. So we'll just see if anything's going to move.
We need to get the bolt out.
They are a high tensile, aren't they? That's why it's
Yeah,
sheared
100%.
off. Yeah.
Quenching.
We don't have access to liquid nitrogen or anything like that, so or dry ice.
Cut the head off the middle one.
It'll drop down.
It'll drop?
It'll drop.
You reckon?
Yeah.
This plan isn't working either. In summary, out of the 3 bolts holding the unit on the inside, one is out, one is snapped off, and one isn't moving at all. The boys are debating whether or not to simply cut the head off this bolt. It's a hard call, as extracting it will be difficult, but at least then they can pull the whole bogey off and work on it on the bench.
More bogies up on the farm, but it's the condition they're in, whether they're equal to this or worse. And then work
Try
on it.
work on, I'll put it on the bench. It's just not
There's a lot of bloody bolts there that look worse than the one we're working with, but
I don't know if you're going to be able to drill them. Because we've heated them and quenched them and heated them and quenched them, it's probably tempered them, so you could drill it. They'll be harder.
Boys make the call and cut the bolt off.
Go.
no, dropping.
It didn't drop.
It didn't drop. Oh, did that, that's what's name still hasn't come off, has it?
There we go.
Rightio. Tell me when you're clear.
I'm clear.
Alright, be careful.
No.
Damn it.
Rightio, that's it. Ready?
Yeah.
Going for the money shot, it's not working.
There we go.
I'm not listening to you.
With the arms off, Daryl and Jesse can finally check the condition of the springs.
Yeah, I've got a while to go, so don't get too excited.
Maybe the spring might be alright.
No, this one. You see, like, you know, it's still got tension, but whether it's probably not enough tension for what we want. Yep. Yep. Right. So what we do is we drag this one out, it could be hot, and we put the trolley back under that and take the weight of that. And the race is on. Yeah, come on! Oh, you
Just let you know, I got a
Jeez, I hope you had that camera on.
Yeah, I did.
Got to get those, you can see the marks there, where they were.
Yeah, they've opened all the way up.
Does it sound broken? Yeah, it's broken. Or is it a cut? Or is it a break? No, it's not. Hang on. Either way, we're not going to be happy. It's a bit of an effort to get them off, only to find out they're broken, but they need to come off.
They're broken. We were really counting on these being in good enough condition to use. It's a pretty serious blow to the project, and to Daz and Jess's morale. But the boys take it in their stride. It looks like 3 more of the suspension units need work, so there's nothing for it but to get stuck into it. That's all we have time for today. Join us next Wednesday for your weekly tank restoration fix. So until then, I'm Kurt from Oz Armour, and I'll see you on the next one.